Picking up on a story that we covered from last week, and well, it regards Hasan Piker. Twitch is coming for you. No, in real life. And yeah, just so happened after, all that scuttle in regard to a certain event happening at a certain museum and a certain event going down, and some idiot trying to just go ahead and gloss over his involvement and his potential rhetoric causing to some extremist behavior, goes even further off the deep end and manages to catch a ban. Justifiably so, but it's so funny, right? Because that was a ban heading into the weekend when he normally doesn't stream, but okay, cool. So, on the 24th, on Saturday afternoon, Hasan catches a Twitch ban a couple hours after his normal streaming block has ended. Okay, gets announced. Okay, the automated stream ban's Twitter account, saying, "Oh yeah, Twitch partner Hasan has been banned. Oh my God!" And then you just take a look at this over Sunday before Monday rolls around. Oh yeah, after 1 day and 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh great, that's so much better than the last time that he was banned, where it wasn't even a full 24 hours. But hey, this time I guess they noticed that, oh shit, yeah, we still had a couple of minutes and a few seconds to carry over. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and add him to this ban because he doesn't normally stream on Sunday. So yeah, we just want to make sure that, he doesn't really, he's not impeded, because he is in fact the biggest and most prominent face on our site. So yeah, we just need to make sure that we can just go ahead and allow him to come back on Monday. But yeah, Hasan is unbanned after 1 day, 6 minutes, a pure fucking publicity stunt, because oh boy, there were some people and there was some rhetoric percolating over the weekend. Missed out on covering it, but still, oh boy, yeah, Twitch was in some hot water. I think we might have touched on it, but yeah, some of the advertisers, it was being alleged, didn't see anything concrete on this, but yeah, some advertisers were getting a little bit antsy. At the end of the day, this is still an Amazon-backed company, so yeah, if anybody was going to have problems advertising on the biggest storefront in recorded history, I don't necessarily think that they would be too worried about pulling any ad dollars at the behest of some commie on their spin-off streaming site, especially with an issue as contentious as this, with there are so many sympathetic people both to his side and his other political leanings. For as much as I could believe that some people who have Berg and heavy metals in their last name, they might be a little bit upset about some of the stuff, at the end of the day, Twitch is one of Amazon's many vanity projects, and instead of giving up any type of a foothold in that very influential sphere, yeah, I think that they would go ahead and weigh up any potential problems, and yeah, I think that this could just simply go ahead and work out fine. Yeah, we banned Hasan, don't worry about it. And it's kind of like a retraction whenever an outlet prints something that they know is false, that they know is a lie, a verifiable untruth. The one that immediately comes to mind is the losers and suckers article from the Atlantic, saying that Trump, when he was flying over and they couldn't land because it was, storming in Versailles, he made that statement about all of the soldiers in the cemetery, and it's like, that doesn't sound like him at all whatsoever. And even the likes of John Bolton and several other people that were on that flight said that shit never happened. Yeah, the Atlantic a couple of weeks later prints a retraction, but no, nobody even talks about it. Fuck, Joe Biden in that first stupid debate, okay, when he was clearly falling apart on stage, still brought up, both in 2020 and in 2024, brought up that same suckers and losers comment. So yeah, the inflammatory statement always gets the headline. It always ends up setting the tone of the retraction. The clarification, it only gets but a fraction. Why do you think these sites continue to exist? Everybody knows that they're liars and shills, but people are tempted by the drama and the outrage. Which is why, the moment that Hasan, he caught his ban over the weekend, he was a bad boy, he got slapped on the wrist, he immediately hops on stream and starts gloating. Oh boy, this is, it's interesting, huh? It's very interesting. Left-wing influencer. That's one way to say dirty, filthy commie. Hasan gloats as he returns to Twitch after being yanked for commenting about the DC Jewish Museum shooting. Yeah, because the thing that apparently got him banned is he went over that nutcase's fucking manifesto, and it's like, you're actually gonna do that? That's kind of wild, mostly because, yeah, we've seen a bunch of manifestos from a bunch of mass shooters before, and none of them ever really tend to make that much sense at all. And it's normally just, oh, look at how absolutely insane this person is. Cool. What exactly can we glean from this? Well, I guess if the cops held on to it, kind of like the Nashville manifesto, it's like, okay, that's kind of more interesting than what's ultimately in there, because, yeah, we could kind of figure out, oh, cool, they were, against Christians and white people. Yeah, we could kind of figure that out because that's who you decided to take out. And oh wow, you're also mentally unstable, and you were on a whole handful of SSRIs. Well, big shock on that one, huh? What exactly can you glean from that? Nothing. But Hasan was running defense for this nutcase. Catches a 1 day ban. 1 day and 6 minute and 20-second ban. Lefty influencer Hasan Piker is gloating after his Twitch streaming account was reinstated just 24 hours following his suspension for suggesting last week's murder of 2 Israeli diplomats at a Jewish museum in Washington, D.C. resembled a false flag op. Which, yeah, we went over a clip from earlier in the week prior to him going over the manifesto, where he said, no, it doesn't look like a false flag, okay, people could say, let me look at the chat, let me pull up Wikipedia, it could be that, but I don't think so. But apparently changed his tune? What? The streamer and Democrat darling took to X seemingly to confirm that his suspension for improper handling of terrorist propaganda had been brought to an end. The post repurposing a popular meme showing a picture of a man in a hospital bed with a text bubble underneath. Oh, fantastic stuff, yeah. I mean, it's so funny, right? A guy who simps so hard for communism never wants to go to one of those countries, huh, and live. Yes, I lived, bitch. The text reads, yeah, because you have a warm mouth and soft hands, and Twitch is way too amenable to your position. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. I had somebody else fall on a dagger of responsibility for me. Oh, okay, cool. Just like a socialist. Oh, the suspension appears to have been lifted yet just after a day. Now, while Piker's supporters were overjoyed at his reinstatement, yeah, because he'd have 30,000 fucking nutcases just wandering around the internet, not knowing what to do with their time. Other than, being productive members of society. Where else could they post stupid pepes and go bruh in the chat at 100 miles an hour? What else could they do with their time besides taking a shower, going outside for a walk, maybe, I don't know, picking up something heavy and putting it back down? Who knows what they could have done with their time? But don't worry, Twitch made sure that there was a proper amount of punishment for Hasan, but then at the same time making sure that the subs and the bits will continue to flow. Oh, 1 day ban for terrorist-related stuff. Stay classy. Twitch, one Reddit user on livestream fails subreddit posted. No, Hasan isn't a journalist. He's a propagandist in his own word. They banned him during his day off. Yeah, see, exactly. So the ban means absolutely nothing. What a joke. 24-hour suspension serves no purpose and acts more often as a reward than a punishment from the extra attention they create. Rival Twitch streamer Asmongold wrote on X, sparking a response from Piker. Yeah, and even Asmongold was like, yo, the ADL going after Piker, they should probably calm down, mostly because the ADL fucking sucks, but disgusting little creature, Piker branded Asmongold. Yo, this is why, okay, when we talked about this last week, it's like, I'm not standing up for the ADL, nor am I standing up for Piker when it comes to the ADL targeting Chank's nephew, okay? In a perfect world, I would want both parties, okay? Like, if we could just go ahead and recast that entire museum evening, I could think of a couple of, positions to be swapped in this situation. Read between the lines if you're so inclined. In Minecraft, of course. Because Hasan is a piece of shit, and the moment that he gets his digital footprint deleted online, people might get upset for a minute, but about a week later, nobody's even going to remember he existed. He's just simply in the zeitgeist because he is consistent. That's one thing that I can give him credit for. Okay, he is out there, whether rain, shine, sleet, or snow. This hilariously unaware socialist is constantly making those subs and bits spin in perpetuity 8-9 hours a day. It's so funny for an avowed communist how good of a capitalist he is, but I digress. You have Asmongold, who, it took the other side of this argument a few months ago, right? Like, he had a very inflammatory statement, and it was simply a statement, not platforming or aggrandizing a fucking terrorist, and he catches a 2-week ban. There was somebody else who called one of Hasan Piker's very fat orbiters a fat orbiter and caught a 2-week ban. Hasan, on the other hand, and his fat orbiter can say some of the most heinous shit and catch a day-long suspension on their day off, which is always just very interesting timing, right? And it would be a coincidence if it wasn't something that could be verified that, yeah, Twitch gives preferential treatment to their biggest streamers. Okay, so you got XQC mumble fucking his way through this statement. Leaks that Twitch will sometimes contact their biggest streamers and work a ban out around their schedule. Yeah, see, there you go. Well, Hasan gets contacted on his day off. Okay, you done streaming for the day there, Haas? Yeah, okay. So we need to go ahead and punish you. So you're like, do you have plans on streaming on like Sunday or some shit? No, you don't stream? Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and we'll give you a little bit of punishment on Sunday. We won't interrupt your Monday or anything like that. You can go ahead and, hey man, they'll see your name popping over the weekend. Oh my God, Twitch has finally got a sensible take on something. They finally banned you. Okay, you can get all the popularity on that. You can just simply wear it as a badge of honor that, yes, you know what, I've had a moment to reflect on my actions and I won't have to do that again. But then we'll also just, unban you before you have to reschedule anything that would happen this week, and you can get all of that momentum, you can catch in all of that controversy, and then you'll also get the hate from, the people looking at Twitch as being a very biased platform, and then, you could use that in order to have a very big return stream. See, that works out for everybody involved. And as XQC points out, when you're about to get banned, they send you a DM. He also calls out Hasan's chat for their actions during the reading of the manifesto. Yeah, because they're a bunch of interesting people. Very interesting in so much as sympathetic to terrorists. But hey, that's the way of Twitch. And if they want to continue to do that stuff, you go for it. Continue to be the laughing stock of the internet, and eventually, it's kind of like some other vanity projects over at Amazon. It is simply only a matter of time, and you can only be so offensive to the wider public before you eventually do get shut down. That will eventually be the fate of Twitch, but not this day. Not this day. Because there is still a little bit of juice, as much as he doesn't want to admit it, in Hasan. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.